is there's part of you that's like, I'm so tired. Like, I just don't want to have to do this. Hi, welcome back. I'm Johanna. And in this video, we're talking about the strong, independent woman learning to soften, be in her feminine, and receive. So this is the second part to the first video where I talked a lot about this archetype of woman and how this came to be and why this protection mechanism really keeps us safe and how it's kind of linked to control and fear of rejection and all of these things that make perfect sense and make you the capable, radiant woman that you are truly. And the fact that you probably feel tired. You probably want to feel met by someone else who sees you deeply. So if you haven't watched that video, go watch that one. In this video, we're going to talk about how to actually receive, how to actually trust other people. And I have some notes here. So if I'm looking over here, it's probably because I'm looking at my notes. So first place to start is acknowledging that you, my dear, are a human with emotional needs. And it would probably feel much better to not feel like you have to carry everything for you and your partner and potentially your children, and instead just honor the fact that things can get a little chaotic inside of you as well. And you probably have some anxiety as well, and you do not have to be alone in that. So I invite you to take a breath and just consider your relationship to your emotions. What is your relationship to your sadness? Is it something that doesn't get felt? Is it something that only gets felt alone in the shower? Is it something that you can share with other people? What's your relationship to anger? Is it something that doesn't get felt? Is it something that only gets felt alone? Is it something that gets vented out to all of your friends and complaining? What's your relationship to joy? Is it safe for you to be silly? Is it safe for you to be playful? Or is there no room for that because you operate on high standards and seriousness and perfectionism? The more you get in tune with the expression of these emotions, the more that you are going to be able to figure out where your edges of letting someone else in. What we sometimes do when we are trying to handle everything and when we're a hyper vigilant person who's tracking all the details of everyone else's needs and desires and doing a little people pleasing and also operating at a high standard that makes people think that you're totally fine, is we kind of suppress all our emotions. And then we get tight shoulders and tight throat, or we get bad digestion issues because we're literally holding it all together. And that's not very good for the body, for your physical body. Can literally create these symptoms. So your relationship to your own emotions and your own expression is really important, because when we start to liberate that a little bit, we start to also open up our expression of our voice, which is where we get to express our own needs and our own boundaries. And when you start to explore yourself on this level, you might notice that there is an exhaustion in your body. This is really common for this woman who has been doing the most, and maybe also being in your masculine, is there's part of you that's like, I'm so tired. Like, I just don't want to have to do this anymore. I don't want to have all this responsibility anymore. Like, I'm just kind of over it. And she needs your care. She needs you to slow down. She needs you to delegate. This part of you that's tired needs your presence inward instead of on everybody else, so that you can start to create a sense of, I am allowed to be taken care of by myself. And that doesn't mean necessarily your to-do list of, okay, I did 10,000 steps, I drank 2 liters of water, I did da, 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 da. It's, how am I actually feeling? Am I connected to the feeling inside of me that wants to be in connection, wants to be seen, and am I nurturing that? Because that is the little portal that's going to open connection for someone else to be able to see you as deeply as you see other people. When we believe that we cannot let other people help or hold us, we tend to attract people that want us to hold them or do everything for them. And we end up in relationships where we're either waiting for a man or a person to kind of like grow up and step up, and we're trying to compensate for them, or we end up in a mothering role, and we just end up also could end up spending a lot of time in your masculine energy when you want to maybe be more in your feminine, or at least balanced. And so I want you to see it like this. If you are a sailboat, or you have a sailboat, you could tie down the sails and you could take an oar and you could try and oar that boat. You could do it alone. You could, but how much energy is that going to take from you? Or you could open the sails and allow the wind of life and friends to support you in moving your boat forward. And we can't control the wind, so it might not be the perfect exact way that you want it to be or want it to feel, but can we at least open ourselves up to receiving this potential help, knowing that you can still redirect the sails? Because the reason that we sometimes are unwilling to put the sail up is that we think and receive help is because we think people are going to do it wrong. Now, once you feel yourself, you're like, I'm willing, Johanna, I am willing for a man to step up. I just wish that he would do it. Then what we need to learn to do is actually communicate what we need and what we want and watch who's willing to rise and step up. And you will probably be surprised. So let's talk about what it sounds like to communicate our needs. And one very, very easy way to reframe this is using like appreciation language versus I want language. So instead of, or I need, let's say instead of I need more quality time, what if we said, I feel so much closer to you and we have uninterrupted time together? That's an invitation for someone to step up. Could also sound like, again, just looking at my examples here, I need more affection. Could be like, it feels so good to be in your arms. I feel really safe when you hold me. I love when you spontaneously hug me. But we can also be specific about what we need. Can I have a hug right now? Can we talk about something? Is it okay if I share what's coming up for me? This is language that is so simple, but when we feel like we need to do everything ourselves and be okay and just be able to figure it out alone, it's often a very strong, beautiful connection tool that we just don't use. And when we use it and we're met with a yes, it's this really nice piece of data for our nervous system that says, okay, it's safe to open up. So in terms of partnership, we want to, if you want to be with someone who can hold you, we want to celebrate and reinforce when we are getting that support with gratitude and appreciation, which is just a nice thing to do anyway. We also want to set the tone early. So if you default to caretaking from day one and going over and above and remembering all the details about what they're saying and what they like and trying to, make it the best possible experience for them so that they choose you, that's going to be something that you need to continue to uphold. And it's probably going to lead to you feeling resentful and not held, right? So we want to be really clear, really sober with like who you actually are, what you actually need, what's actually realistic, because when you are getting your needs met and you're able to relax and soften and not handle everything, long term, you are going to be able to show up much better for this person. And you're also going to feel more in the relationship, not isolated, because we can be with a partner and feel very, very alone in that partnership if we are operating from this, like, I have to handle everything and I can't put anything on them and I need to take care of us and me at the same time. Like, it feels so lonely because you are not allowing yourself to be seen by your partner and to be held by them. You're also going to seek partners who are emotionally intelligent and self-sufficient. It may have been part of your pattern in the past to attract people who needed a lot of your care and attention, attract people who are not self-sufficient because it gave you that sense of you doing the right thing by taking care of them. But now you are looking for your emotional match, your life partner. And so from the beginning, you want to watch, where am I maybe attracting people that are going to put me in that same pattern? So instead, you're going to watch for an equal emotional investment. You're going to watch for equal strength in communication and notice whether this person really has the capacity that you're looking for and whether they can hold the responsibility of a mature and healthy relationship. So don't let those early hormones override what you're actually observing in someone. Slow down. Make sure that you are feeling yourself in this relationship and making a choice from that place, not from who can I be and who should I be in order to get them to choose me. And when you do all this, that is when the soft, playful version of you gets to come out more often. You feel more energized. You probably feel more effective because you are acting from your actual capacity. You feel in your power because you're just like connected to yourself and what you need, and you get to choose when to lead and when to rest, and you know that you have a space to land also with a partner who can hold things sometimes when you don't want to. So to open to connection and love and being held, I like to give this, somatic orientation, which is strong spine, soft heart. strong spine, soft heart. You feel that there's an openness in the front of the body, but you've still got yourself, but it's not a protection anymore. It's not a wall anymore. It's, I know who I am, and I love me, and I know that I'm worthy, and I'm open to receiving, and I'm open to being held. So practice your strong spine, soft heart. Thank you for being here for this video. I'd love to connect with you. My Instagram handle is in the description below. If you resonate as this archetype, we will probably be friends. There's some other resources down there below if you want to work together. I have a women's membership called Becoming Secure, where you learn the Becoming Secure method, which is how to change your anxious attachment to secure attachment. We talk a lot about masculine, feminine energy, receiving through the body, boundaries, needs, all the amazing things, so that on a somatic level, you are dialed into all the things that you already mentally know. Would love to meet you there. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.